got handcuffs? Hey,
What happens when the student follows too closely in the footsteps of the master? When Gervonta "Tank" Davis burst onto the scene, he was Floyd Mayweather's prized pupil, a young killer molded in money Mayweather's image. But now, the same empire that built Tank may be on the verge of tearing him down.
I respect him. And I won't say I respect him. I appreciate him. I appreciate him for what he done, because he did, like, you know, he did help me out. He definitely helped me out, but it was more so like, he would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood, and I'm gonna be back asking you for money. Nah, why would I do that? I give her a couple dollars. I take some, whatever, whenever you need some money. You feel me? But when I was legit to be able to get her out the hood, that's what I did.
Like, I had to learn that coming up, that like, a motherfucker will put you in a position to always need him. And like, to the world, it might look like that's a great person. But like, to somebody to understand, you understand like what Kendrick Lamar say? Nah, that's a master manipulator. Like, cause if I gotta put you in a position that they always need me, you always gotta, I'm gonna just give you crumbs. And we hear it a lot. Like, if I'm a billionaire, if I'm a millionaire, nigga, what's $1,000? You know what I'm trying to say? But to you who don't have it, is a lot, and I know you gonna go to war for that $1,000. So me understanding that, $48 of plot power, I'ma always feed you a little bit so you can be excited and do just enough to come back around.
But it's put me in a position to be able to, you know, make my own thing. And I don't want to say no name, but they wind up catching it. The people that's over top of me, I mean, like, I was signed up to him, and Floyd signed to him. So the person that, he said, okay, cool, I see what's going on. That's when he started taking over my career.
Because Floyd's $402 million real estate scandal just took a shocking turn, and it looks like Tank was never just an innocent bystander. New allegations suggest Gervonta Davis may have played a far bigger role in the Mayweather financial empire than he ever let on. And now, as the walls close in on Floyd, they're coming for Tank too.
What the hell is going on with Floyd Mayweather, man?
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came out with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million, that's dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard a nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one.
I seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me tell you something. I got a question. Niggas is nosy for no reason.
Nosy as hell.
What I'm reaching out to these people about they deal for?
We want to talk to you about the Floyd Mayweather deal. No comment. But they say his name ain't on no paperwork or nothing.
I seen him on something. He look like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum. Had like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is
seen
broke.
that too.
There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Exactly.
Let's set the record straight. Floyd Mayweather once stood as the highest paid athlete in the world, a man who claimed to make $300 million a night. He showed off cars, jets, mansions, and then flexed one of his boldest moves yet, buying 62 buildings across Manhattan for a jaw-dropping $402 million. But then came the twist. The deal wasn't what it seemed.
Talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another
In early 2025, reports began surfacing that the entire apartment deal had been wildly inflated. The buildings weren't fully paid for. Several were already in foreclosure. And according to leaked financial documents, Floyd didn't even own most of them outright. They were mortgaged under shady shell companies.
He plays the role of this boastful misogynist who smokes cigars and drives Lamborghinis, and that's his thing. And because of that, he's amassed an amazing amount of money. And he's done it by doing this character, this online persona.
When federal investigators began digging deeper, they found unregistered crypto wallets, ties to illegal investment schemes, and inconsistencies in nearly every part of Floyd's portfolio.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
Then came the raid. Agents stormed his private jet and discovered illegal firearms, untraceable cash, and substances that raised red flags across the board.
Off Mulholland Highway. 24 feds, some in tactical gear, could be seen carrying evidence from the property, including several firearms. After the search, a SWAT team was seen leaving in a procession of law enforcement vehicles. Federal agents also executed a similar raid in Las Vegas today at the...
But the feds weren't just looking for Floyd's paper trail. They were after anyone else connected to the empire. That's when Gervonta Davis's name entered the chat. At first, Gervonta Davis seemed like he had cut ties with Floyd long ago. The social media shots, the interviews where he threw shade, and even that one infamous moment when he exposed Floyd for being detained in Dubai.
Has the time come, gotta ask you this, has the time come for Tank Davis to take control of his own career and leave Mayweather Promotions?
It don't necessarily have to be leave Mayweather Promotions. It's about just becoming that man, handle your own responsibility, your own priority. So I feel as though it's my career, so I feel as though I need to be the one to control my career. You know what I mean? So, and it's time. You know what I mean? Everybody don't need to, have them training wheels on them forever. You know what I mean? It's time to, ride their own bike without training.
But if you look deeper, it becomes clear. Tank was never really out of Floyd's orbit. Tank didn't just grow up under Mayweather Promotions. He was handpicked, protected, and polished by Floyd's machine. He wasn't just taught how to box. He was taught how to build an empire the Floyd way, which meant fame, flash, and fast money.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in D.C., Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champ. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
And the truth is, Tank followed Floyd outside the ring too. Yep, Gervonta Davis has had his fair share of legal troubles.
Baltimore
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta Tank Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4 people.
Reports have now linked Gervonta to at least 2 of Floyd's now defunct crypto ventures.
You won't believe this. Floyd Mayweather is back in the NFT space to launch his metaverse called Mayweatherverse. There will be 5,000 NFTs with different utility, rarity levels, and rewards. But this NFT project is after a series of NFT and crypto scams he's started and promoted throughout the years. Some abandoned projects are Centra ICO, Ethereum Max, Floyd NFT, Bored Bunny, scamming his supporters for over more than $5 million. What do you think? Follow for more NFT news.
Back when Moneycoin and Mayweather NFT Club were blowing up on Twitter, Tank was right there reposting, promoting, and encouraging his fans to invest. Some of those fans, they lost thousands. And it doesn't stop there. Several of the shell companies connected to the $402 million real estate scandal were tied to joint ventures involving both Mayweather Promotions and Davis's own team. That means legal paperwork is now connecting Tank to the web of businesses the government is calling suspicious, fraudulent, and intentionally misleading.
What he do? Had to pay, what? Cut a $100 million check to the IRS. Yeah. Give him $100 million. Now, if someone in this camp introduced him to someone that knew the game and that could save him money, he would look at that as a business move. Be very cautious. Don't want to mess his shit up. But then he has security. Well, if it don't work, at least got the money to pay him off. So I think it's a low risk, high reward for him. So I think in that situation, people with money like Mayweather, they'd be like, all right, I'll try it out.
What's wild is how quickly Gervonta tried to jump ship when things got messy. Right after news broke of Floyd's Dubai detainment, it was Tank himself who leaked the story. He told everyone Floyd had been held overseas. But here's the question. How did he know? Simple. He was there. Not literally in the building, but part of the business operations that triggered the legal crackdown in the first place.
If this is true, but Floyd Mayweather supposedly is held hostage in Dubai. Gervonta Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. Then Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
You owe them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them to get on live right now. And you owe people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And it low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
And by trying to expose Floyd, Tank accidentally exposed himself. He positioned himself as the clean one, the fighter who got away before things turned sour. But the feds are connecting the dots. And as they unravel the financial crimes tied to Floyd's empire, they're finding Tank's fingerprints on more than just crypto ads and Instagram promos.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just going to say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own boss.
Some insiders are even saying that the feds believe Gervonta was actively involved in helping to manage certain money movements, possibly unknowingly, but still involved.
Look at you, you're ugly. Hey, I bet that is you love it. I bet you do love that. Hey, hold that real high.
That makes Tank a person of interest. And Floyd? He's not going down alone. Floyd Mayweather has always been the king of comebacks, but this time the empire may finally be collapsing for good. His $402 million lawsuit is real. His crypto scams have turned into federal cases. And his own accountant came forward to say, there is not a penny left.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
So what does Floyd do when the pressure gets too hot? He does what he's always done, flips the script. Insiders are now saying that behind the scenes, Floyd has been leaking documents, potentially trying to show that Tank was never innocent, that Tank knew what was going on, that Tank made money off the same shady deals, and that Tank turned on him when it was convenient. Remember when Frank Martin was set to fight Gervonta? Floyd secretly trained Martin, giving him all of Tank's weaknesses.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys. So what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, because 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, because you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level, you know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, you know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
It didn't work. Martin got slept, but it proved something. Floyd doesn't just hold grudges. He plays chess. And now that he's cornered, it looks like Gervonta Davis is his next move.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drop by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Let's be honest, Gervonta's not coming off his best performance either. His last bout against Lamont Roach was messy. He got the draw, but fans were split. Some said he looked off, others claimed he got exposed. Lamont Roach put up a great fight and embarrassed Tank in front of millions.
Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I would win the majority decision.
And now, with legal heat creeping in and questions swirling about his financial ties, Gervonta might be heading into the most dangerous fight of his life. Not inside the ring, but in court. Boxing commissions are watching, sponsors are backing away, and the whispers about IRS involvement are getting louder. This is how fast it happens. One day, you're the new face of boxing. The next, you're getting dragged down in a scandal that started with someone else's greed, but ends with your own career in jeopardy.
To late 40s now, still fighting with these random people in random places.
Yeah.
For 5 million here, 10 million there.
No, he's just a big spender. You can't spend like that, you know? Like,
this guy has a lot of chains.
So many chains, bro. Chains, that's a depreciating asset.
Yeah.
Get yourself something that'll hold value.
Yeah.
Go buy some real estate, brother. Buy an original. We'd love to have you in the Dow.
What?
Invest in Prime, huh? Do something smart with the money, Floyd.
It's crazy to think about, but this is the legacy of Floyd Mayweather unraveling in real time. He once stood on top of the sports world, 50-0, undefeated, untouchable. But now, he's allegedly broke, facing lawsuits.
You'll see reports. You mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130.
Wow.
There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and this year and this, over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
And how do you know it's bullshit?
He makes very good, because I know the fight business. I've been in the fight business my whole life.
Gervonta Davis, meanwhile, is caught in the storm. A student of the game who learned all the wrong lessons, who followed too closely, and now, with the feds closing in, might end up paying the price for a lifestyle that was never built to last.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of it.
Deal, he don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing.
This is exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
The fall of Mayweather is real, and if these investigations keep digging, the fall of Davis could be next. Tank might have thought he escaped Mayweather's shadow, but with the feds pulling receipts and Floyd ready to take everyone down with him, things are only getting messier from here. So don't miss a second of this chaos. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on notifications so you're the first to know every time this scandal explodes even further. Drop a comment below. Is Tank guilty by association or just caught up in Floyd's downfall? I'll catch you in the next video.